This week, Typhoon Danas, the fourth typhoon of the season, roared across the coastal regions of Fujian, delivering a relentless onslaught of torrential rain and destructive winds that transformed the area into a chaotic, storm-ravaged landscape. Xiamen, a bustling coastal city, was hit particularly hard, as the typhoon's wrath unleashed level 11 thunderous gales, equivalent to wind speeds exceeding 103 km per hour. The storm's ferocity created scenes of near-apocalyptic intensity, with howling winds tearing through neighborhoods and heavy rainfall flooding roads, turning them into rushing rivers.
这太夸张了，我操！
In Xiamen District, particularly along Hubin South Road, the rain came down in blinding sheets, reducing visibility to near zero and transforming the area into a waterlogged hazard zone. The powerful winds, relentless and unforgiving, uprooted massive trees, sending them crashing onto roads and sidewalks. Fallen trunks and branches littered the streets, smashing into parked cars and causing significant property damage. Shattered windshields and dented vehicles became a common sight as the storm's destructive force spared little in its path. Zhongshan Road, a vibrant commercial hub, was no less affected, with pedestrians battling gusts so strong they could barely stand upright. Rain-soaked and wind-battered, residents and visitors alike struggled through the elements, their movement slowed to a crawl as they fought against the storm's unyielding power. The iconic Geological Island faced significant disruptions as the typhoon's fierce winds and torrential downpours rendered ferry services inoperable. Tourists, caught off guard by the sudden escalation of the storm, were left stranded or forced to seek shelter as waves crashed violently against the shore, whipped into a frenzy by the gale-force winds. The relentless rain, combined with the storm's intensity, created hazardous conditions that made travel to and from the island nearly impossible. Xiamen's meteorological authorities responded swiftly, issuing urgent warnings for thunderstorms, flash floods, and heavy rainfall across multiple districts. The city's residents were strongly advised to remain indoors, as a combination of torrential rain and powerful winds posed significant risks to personal safety. Flooded streets, fallen power lines, and debris scattered by the storm further heightened the danger, prompting officials to emphasize the importance of avoiding unnecessary travel.
我操，太恐怖了！我操，这种好恐怖啊！我去！你看那个浪哦，我的天啊！哦呀！
The broader Fujian coastal region also grappled with the typhoon's devastating effects. In Fujian, the storm's powerful winds and soaking rains led to the suspension of 65 passenger ferry routes, effectively halting maritime travel. The storm's impact on transportation was profound, with several train services canceled to prevent accidents in the face of the hazardous conditions. The region's infrastructure groaned under the weight of the storm, as high winds toppled trees and power poles, and torrential rains overwhelmed drainage systems, causing widespread disruptions. In response to the crisis, the Xiamen and Zhejiang border inspection stations took decisive action to secure coastal ports. They conducted thorough safety inspections in restricted port areas, managed vessels seeking refuge from the storm's violent winds and waves, and provided critical assistance to foreign ships needing to relocate to safer anchorage points. These efforts ensured that port operations remained stable, even as the rain and wind battered the coastline, threatening to disrupt maritime activities. The extreme weather brought by Typhoon Danas underscores the importance of vigilance and preparedness. Residents and visitors in affected areas are urged to closely monitor weather updates, avoid non-essential travel, and take every precaution to ensure personal safety.